Alright then guys, what's going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're inside of the first Descendant, a game very close to my heart and one that I'm extremely excited for. This game we have not heard anything off of since December 25th, 2022, and they've now started finally to make some communications. Today we have got some dev news from the team themselves at Nexon, and we're going to take a dive into exactly what it is that they're talking about today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. But with that being said, let's dive on into the first Descendant. So on the March 22nd, we actually had a double process upload on their Twitter page stating that there is no more delays when reloading. You can see the very first dev news that we've been waiting for. So taking a dive into it, it's actually a very interesting read. It states the following: a note from the dev team. Hello Descendants, this is the first Descendant dev team. We hope everyone spent a warm 2022 end year as well as a vibrant new year. We know it's quite late to say Happy New Year, but our dev team has been busy over the last few months working on improvements that reflect the results of last year's Steam beta whilst developing new contents. To keep everyone informed about what we're working on and how we're adapting Steam beta feedback to the project, we'll be providing regular updates on our community channels. Through this note, the dev team would like to share where they are heading in terms of development since the Steam beta test. And they would like to show some details of their current objectives. We broke down our development plan into 3 key objectives: overall completion, game depth enhancement, and play experience enhancements. The first focuses on the core integrity of the first Descendant to exceeding the standards of the latest global games. Game depth enhancement will provide a more sustainable and enriching gameplay experience, and lastly we are focusing on improving the gameplay and leveling to provide a more comprehensive and satisfying gaming experience. We will continue to share and gather feedback on the specific preparations made for each key objective, but today we would like to share more details focusing on the overall completion of the game. So this is really interesting, mainly because the game itself during the Steam beta last year, which we did dive into quite greatly, I put quite a lot of hours into it and it was extremely enjoyable, although the lackluster, which is the overall completion movement, I guess is where they're looking at this one, the general improvements that they could have made would have been absolutely dramatically huge. There was a drastic switch around from where we were looking at trailers and stuff like that to the actual gameplay itself, and it was a little bit lackluster. It also didn't really run too well on a general, maybe that was just a PC version, but we do know this is going to be coming to consoles, which is exactly where I'm going to be heading when it comes to the PlayStation 5. But we're going to take a look at what they've said. They've got the improvements towards overall completion. First of all, we'd like to talk about optimization. Currently, our dev team have completed the implementation of Unreal Engine 5.1 and is working on the latest version of 5.2. With the latest version, 5.2, we expect to see many positive results as we attempt to resolve instability issues and improve optimization. Additionally, we're conducting various optimizations to provide a more stable play environment for both low-end and high-end PCs compared to before. Of course, we are working on console versions as well. Further information will be shared in the future. Now, this is absolutely huge because this for me was the biggest issue that I managed to find. Now for me, my PC is not the greatest. I'm running a 1050 Ti and it generally works really well with most games. It's kind of like your baseline product, but people who are running 3070s, 3090s were still having some really bad issues with the stability of the game when trying to play it. So this was something that I'm really glad they've heavily looked into and one of the main key focuses that they've put in for the first Descendant. They go to follow on with, secondly, we are implementing solutions on controls based on your feedback. To begin with, we would like to share that we have actively addressing various issues related to sprinting in the game, particularly unintentional sprinting cancellations and issues with reloading. We are also working on addressing the grappling hook, which made up a huge portion of the feedback from the community, by implementing full-scale improvements such as rotation, acceleration, and de-acceleration. We are currently testing these improvements and hope to provide visual contents to share the changes in the near future. While while we're talking about that though, they did actually post up the no delays on the Twitter page, and there is obviously, like, I think it was about a 1 second delay time period that they've managed to speed this up from, and they've made some main improvements just as far as shooting to begin with. So there is a lot inside of this that they've already started working on, although right now it does look like the finicky nit-gritty bits, the little bits that we just don't really pay massive attention to, but for those people who really do game in heavy degrees will notice straight off the bat. They go to follow on by saying, last but not no means least, we like to share the improvements made to gun sound effects. Following feedback received during the previous Steam beta test, when users reported that the gun sound effects were lackluster, we are currently committed to enhancing the sound effects of firearms such as firing, bullets, impacts, kills, and other elements, with a focus on improving the overall user experience. We are also adding an in-game audio mix option, which will allow players to personalize their audio experience by not only adding the equalizer, but also other sound elements like compression and loudness. They're excited to reveal some of the gun sound effects we've been working on. We're confident that you'll notice a significant improvement in the gun sound effects compared to previous versions. Please keep in mind that we've deliberately left out the recoil of the gun in this video to focus on the sound changes. So we're going to take a quick look at that right now. Now already what we can hear is that there is a massive depth change. They've put in a lot more bass. It is a lot more grungy, and there is so much more to it. It does give a massive impact actually to the comparable differences inside of how the guns actually sound, and they've improved the gun sound effects dramatically. There is so much more oomph behind each shot, and you can hear the difference as and when the trigger gets pulled, to whether you're shooting a Nerf gun or a paintball gun, to whether you're shooting a high caliber weapon. So this is really well played, and they go on to state that also you can see in the assault rifle after section we have minimized the delay motion between reloads. Previously, characters would make a standby position after reloading, which resulted in a clunky combat experience. So we have now worked on enhancing the gun's usability to enable immediate firing after reloads. We're going to take a look at that one right now. And as we can see, there is about a second in delay process, which is absolutely amazing that they've managed to alter that, and they've given it a little bit more of a boost so that we can run and gun to our heart's content. They final off this dev note by saying, in addition to the improvements mentioned so far, we are also making adjustment to gun characteristics and balance. Furthermore, we are currently completely revamping our UI UX in response to the feedback that many of you shared with us. We will discuss these updates in greater detail next time. Our dev team will try to be as transparent as possible and provide regular updates on our progress. So we hope you follow along and continue to share your thoughts. We'll bring you more development news and updates in the future. Thank you. And this for me is absolutely amazing. The fact that they've stated that they're going to try and be as transparent as possible is huge. There are a lot of dev teams that haven't adopted this mainframe for marketing in such a long time that it has caused quite a lot of problems for the gaming community in the past. So it's nice to see that we've now got something to this degree at a push. It's absolutely amazing. A massive well done to Nexon for pushing this one out. It's a development team which people really thought were going to mess this up, and it doesn't look like they're doing that. This looks like this is going to be quite promising. Let me know your comments in the comment section down below. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, and appreciate your faces. And as always, I'll see you in the clouds.